Awkward silence. At a silent retreat last summer, I had what was not my first, but my first honest encounter with silence. For 4 days, I didn't utter a single word. We cooked and ate our meals wordlessly as silverware clinked and birds chirped, and the mountains slowly opened their arms around us. That is the honest part. The part in which I realize that is the honest part is later, when I am sitting in the passenger seat of my mom's car driving home, and the billboards on the side of the highway scream, "Purchase this month for only $19.99, gun show, experience American freedom," and the NPR station my mom is blasting announces, "FBI cracks down on YouTube hackers. Which one is true? Florida man swallows a tube of Crest toothpaste to prove that he is not, in fact, white trash. Florida man fills his entire house with basketballs and proceeds to advertise his home as a bouncy castle," or "Florida man wrestles an alligator because of his firm belief that skin is God's weapon." And soon enough, I have completely forgotten what it is like to live without human noise. Back home, I asked my brother what he thought silence was, and the first thing he said was awkward. So I asked my history textbook when exactly silence became an unwelcome guest, and it pointed me to the days when caveman roamed the plains for saber-toothed tigers, and if one person started making some noise, they might be killed or wouldn't be able to find food for a week. So perhaps the time silence became awkward was when humans learned to speak in the first place and thought, hey, maybe if I fill the entire world with my own sound, I won't have to listen to the noise of other people, or the sound of the white man when he came here with his gunshot words and his chainsaw movements. He stole words from his wife, from the land, and from the natives. According to many Native American beliefs, words are sacred. They are not things to be pushed around and manipulated or pasted to giant billboards or spewed through radios. Words are stories and warnings. If you choose your words correctly, they can save someone's life. At one point on this silent retreat, I was sitting on a rock in the middle of the mountains when a deer walked up to me. For 30 minutes, I sat on the rock and watched it. I came to realize during those 30 minutes that humans try so hard to fill silence because they misjudge what it really is. If you were to stop talking, perhaps you would hear the wind bouncing between buildings and around bodies like a ghost, or you might be able to hear the sound of trees fluttering and blinking their leaves. Or maybe you would hear waves pursuing and retreating from land, or the sound that mountains make because they long for water. You might be able to hear the deer approaching you from the trees. Hear each curious footstep and each heavy breath. You might even be too busy listening to scare it away. Throughout the duration of the retreat, 4 deer on 4 separate occasions approached me as if I was just another part of the natural landscape. I don't know exactly why this happened, but I have a feeling that they sensed my lack of words, the fact that I had nothing I needed to say. The silence wasn't awkward because for the first time, I was listening.